Hello everyone, I'm at COEX. This is the Seoul International Wine and Spirits Expo, and look who I ran into. It's the team from 9TAILS Brewing, and they're visiting Seoul today, and let's find out what they're up to.
Great. Yeah, so I'm Brian Park. I'm head of research and development at 9TAILS Brewing.
And I'm Paul Knopf. I am the head brewer at 9TAILS Brewing Company.
Very good. So what are you hoping to see today at the expo?
Well, I just think this expo is an amazing opportunity to see all of these different companies and traditions behind sul making, and you can talk to people and get a sense of what recipes they're using, what kind of nuruk, what kind of rice they're using, and how they're choosing to present themselves to the world.
Right. And what has 9TAILS Brewing been up to recently?
Yeah, so recently 9TAILS, we've been really focused on doing sort of some smaller events to get our name out there. We have had some classes and some tastings, but in both of those events, we found it to be an amazing opportunity to really connect with people and teach them about what sul is and how you can make it. And I think especially in America, we've had a lot of we know that we're kind of running into a market that doesn't know who we are yet. So this is an opportunity to try to figure out what we're going to do to kind of make a splash and how we're going to position ourselves, because obviously sake, is well known in America, but sul is not.
Right. So, of course, one of my big things is educating people about Korean traditional alcohol, and this is so I really admire your efforts to teach more people about it as part of what you're doing. Right.
I mean, I honestly have a passion for it. I think for me, part of it is just sharing my culture and sharing my heritage, and it's been really cool to see people get into it. Some of our friends who are American are now getting into home brewing themselves.
Right.
And so they're asking us like, oh, have you tried this technique? And some of them I haven't even done or thought to do. And they're, doing all these sorts of experiments and bringing things to our house, and we're trying it out. So it's been really, really cool. We host a lot of our tastings and things just like straight out of our house where we're homebrewing right now.
Okay.
Because we haven't launched our actual brewery yet.
Okay.
But it has a really nice feel to it where we invite somebody into our home, just like the tradition of sul really was like in the Joseon Dynasty.
Yeah. So can you talk more about your philosophy of brewing?
Yeah, I mean, I think Paul can get into that. Probably talking, he does most of the day-to-day brewing and operations management.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, absolutely. I think kind of touching back on what Brian had sort of spoken about in just like a lot of Western culture in America in particular, there isn't a huge knowledge base when it comes to things like sul. And I think whenever you have something that is just fairly unknown, it feels very hard to try and break into that. Or like from someone who is just trying to kind of partake in it where, maybe they're not doing day-to-day brewing, but they just want to enjoy sul. It's very hard to feel like you can approach that when there isn't a lot of information available. And so, at least for my position and role, especially, becoming well-versed in techniques, becoming versed in just kind of the day-to-day operations. For my background, I come from bread baking in particular, which has a lot of overlap when it comes to brewing and crafting traditional sul. And I think really being able to sort of gain that knowledge just by doing, but also to be able to share that knowledge and really kind of bridge that gap for some folks who may not know how to even begin to enjoy it, like what it even is or how to describe it. These are all things, at least in my day-to-day and kind of my philosophy, is really to kind of just serve as sort of that bridge between I would say not from I'd say Brian is much more in tune when it comes to like obviously like the cultural aspect of it and like the traditional heritage of it. And I see more of like my role in philosophy and being able to kind of bridge for like other audiences who don't know how to interact with it and maybe are just like curious but maybe don't have necessarily like the roots or ties to it like other folks do. And so really just being able to kind of be that like that voice to that aspect of it and really just spread more of that general education and knowledge of it.
Yeah, great. Well, it's great to meet you guys, and I wish 9TAILS the best of luck, and enjoy the rest of the expo. This is great.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Jeff. We really appreciate it. Appreciate your channel too.
Thank you.